Hello, everyone, and man, we are on time today, Thursday. A different day for us, and we still made it. So,
Well,
Kale,
you
how
know,
you
when
doing? I know we got a busy day today.
we do. So just a quick housekeeping, and then we'll jump right into having our special guest X1 on today, and excited to go through some Upland info with everyone.
Well, thanks for everybody, for joining us today. I know it's an off day for us. We're usually here on Sundays, and we will be here on Sunday. But we do have just a couple short, quick announcements we'll go through. And I just wanted to put a thank you out to all of our sponsors for our fantasy football league. So for 2025 here, we've got Mass Chef Metaventures, and then we've got J.H. Tolton over at Tolton Metaventures, Wolf Warner, and then also M Strikes. So everybody, on this list has been just tremendous help putting together the fantasy football and making donations to make it happen. So super excited. So good luck to everybody. I know we started the first week of playoffs, so we're into our second week of playoffs. So good luck to everybody. I'm not in it, but I'm enjoying watching everybody else play at this point. And let's see, we got just two more little things. So we did start to already put this together. So just a shout out to all of our Gen X friends, especially the ones in Buffalo. So every year, me and Gen X Jono go back to the 716, and we kind of revisit the 90s in Buffalo, but doing it in the current year. So to be 2026 this year is going to be a great event. We had an amazing time last year, and we had twice as many people, this year as we did the year before, and we're looking to probably triple that this year. So really excited about that. We are going to have Gen X Jono on the 19th when we do our Upland Friends event on the Friday the 19th. So we'll keep you guys up to speed on that. We'll let you know a little bit more about that on this upcoming week. So, and that's it for all the announcements. I think we did have one more actually. I know coming up in just a short time, we've got the Upland South NOLA meetup for 2026, and this is put together by Cohen and City Pigeon. So they've done a ton of work behind the scenes putting this together. They've got all kinds of cool events. So definitely, keep up to speed with what they've got going on. And this is going to be in March. So to be clear of, the Mardi Gras festivals and all that stuff. So it'd be a great time to be down there. And I know City Pigeon lives there in that city and knows it like the back of his hand. So everybody should be able to have a great time and take part in all the festivities that they'll have lined up. So I am really bummed I won't be able to make that one, but it sounds like an amazing time. I've actually never been to New Orleans myself. So, but let's get into the meat and potatoes. I know we've got X1 in the house today, so let's go ahead and bring him in. So X1, how are you doing? Good to have you
I'm
today.
doing great. It's good to be back. I think it's been a while. April, I want to say, was the last time, or March, end of March, beginning of April, sometime around there was the last time I spoke to you guys.
Yeah.
But thanks for inviting me. It's good to be here.
Thanks for
Well,
joining us. I know everyone. It's been an active few months here in Upland, and yeah, a lot of cool stuff, a lot of questions, and so that'd be a great time to come on and maybe try to answer some of those questions for the
Yeah,
community.
no,
So.
thank you for the invite. It has been very active. So, in case you guys haven't noticed, we've changed our communication strategy a little bit, and I think it's been a lot better. I know from the team side, we feel it's a lot better. We used to have 4 roadmaps a year, for instance, that we would publish. And the tricky part about roadmaps is you've got to try to predict. You got to have things that you're working on in the future, and then what you can deliver in the next quarter, for instance. And things change so rapidly on the ground. Sometimes that can be tricky with roadmaps. So we took more of a live service approach here. Most live service games do what we're doing now. So we used to do 4, let's call them developer updates a year with our roadmaps. Since July, when we made this shift, we've had 32 developer updates. So it's just completely different. And what we do is we're talking about things as we're working on them. So whatever we dropped, for instance, when we first started talking about uppies or residents, we were working on them as we dropped that. And I think that's been a lot better for us. I think it's been a lot better for the community. It lets you guys know exactly what we're working on while we're working on it, and it's a lot more transparent that way too. So I think it's been good. I know it's like drinking from a fire hose sometimes. For us, it's like drinking from a fire hose sometimes. We got to keep straight. Like, okay, what did we talk about with regards to this and what do we need to share next. But I think it's a lot better. So look forward to that continuing here in the future. We're getting away from the quarterly big roadmaps and continuing with these more regular developer updates that are happening. For instance, this week, I mean, you saw, was it last week or this week? I can't even keep straight when we announced it, but the map updates that is coming, the visual upgrade there, the search feature that's coming. That's something I believe search is coming next week actually, so that's going to be really exciting for players. But stay tuned for more of that. So should be good.
I've enjoyed the way you guys are doing it now, and it's kind of more constant, more like smaller updates week to week or every couple weeks or so. So I have enjoyed that.
That is good. Yeah, let us know. Let us know how we can improve those as well. Let us know over on our Note feedback board there as well. But yeah, it's I think it's how most live service games, which is basically what Upland is, do it. And the reason is because it enables us to talk about things as we're working on them in the background. So
Nice. Well, if you're ready, we can jump into. I've compiled some questions from the community and some that we had. So if you're ready, we can just jump right in.
yeah, absolutely. I can't guarantee you I can answer all of them, but I will answer what I know and what I can.
I
And
figured a lot of the answers would be, soon, or we can answer later. But hey, I promised I would ask and give it a shot.
in case you didn't see it,
Sure,
I've got
sure.
the
Go.
hashtag seeds in the bottom over here that I was playing with. And make sure to get your hashtag in. Only put it in one time or it'll kick you out. So the Ninja bot is pretty strict. So don't mess it up.
All right, and I've got these broken down into just some different topics. So we'll try to stay on theme as we go. It's easy to bounce around a lot. Um, the first one just comes on the. Can you give? I probably know the answer to this one. Can you give any clue as to when the construction vehicles will be ready and how much benefit that we'll be getting from those?
Yeah, so but by when so the construction vehicles are here, it's the utility of the extra benefit that they provide. I
Okay.
don't have any information on that. I know that it's being worked on right now though. So that's part of that new developer update process. Only things being worked on. So that's being actively worked on in the background and it's super cool. I mean, we just announced today another the mail van, which I think is pretty fun.
Just
And
saw
so
that.
that will benefit post offices. I think my favorite one, well, first of all, I think the construction vehicles being able to speed up construction is just a cool idea overall.
Yeah.
And I want to see my favorite of them were the Tonka truck. I mean, I had one of those metal Tonka trucks as a kid. I don't know if you guys remember those at all,
Oh, yeah.
but
Yep.
and then it was in like perfect condition too. And then threw it away, and years later, it's worth like thousands of dollars if you still maintain it. Uh, but you could see like excavators coming. I mean, I think that you could get some really cool vehicles in there that you can also race with, which I think is hilarious. But yeah, so all I can say is it's being worked on right now.
Yeah, I was really excited when I seen those come out, for the same reasons as a kid. I had the Tonka trucks. I had the whole set. I had the crane and the excavator. I had a fire truck with ladders and, having that stuff as a kid, it was so much fun. And when I seen those, that's exactly what I thought too. And man, as soon as I got that truck in my asset wallet, I was out there racing it too. So it was a lot of fun.
Wait, so did you get a fire truck?
No, I wish I did. I wanted a fire truck actually. I ended up getting the dump truck. The dump truck.
Dude, yeah, the dump truck is my favorite one for sure.
Um, awesome. Well, let's go into with the uppies and residents and the influence scores. I've seen a big concern from players that like everything is immediately going to switch to where our earnings are totally based on those. Can you speak to kind of how you see the progression of it, which we already kind of see it with the two tasks this season with
Sure.
gaining one uppie and one influence score, but kind of how do you see that going in the future affecting the earnings?
Yeah, residence is going to play and influence scores are going to play more and more of a role in earnings. I think we'll always have some side missions there for players to do because there's other parts of Upland, other parts of the game, but really the core is property trading and development, and a core of that is as you develop, you get residence and you increase your influence score. So over time, that will become more of a focal point. I don't know that it will ever be 100%. But it definitely is gonna play more and more of a role going forward.
So I saw some people like okay, why should we go buy collection properties now with the increased earnings and stuff like that? Like, do you see that being affected or that changing? If the influence score and everything is going to be affecting the earnings, it's essentially okay. It doesn't matter where your properties are, just as long as they're in good areas with good influence and good residents and stuff like that. Or will the properties always have a base
No, there will always be a
earning?
base, and so collections will always matter. That's definitely not
Gotcha.
going away. I think the difference here, and you can see it. For instance, shout out to Granada Hills for taking that #1 spot this week in the neighborhood. But this is the first time with the census and with residents and the influence score that players are really able to create their own value in a meaningful way. And you can see it with the resident leaderboard. You can see it with Granada Hills. They're creating value. You can see it with everybody in the top 5, the top 10. You can see it with neighborhoods. I was looking at what the top jump in a neighborhood was yesterday, and it's like 1,888 spots or something
Holy moly.
crazy crazy like that. So it was like a neighborhood that basically hadn't been developed at all, and now you're starting to develop it. So what's really cool about this and what's going to become more apparent as we go forward here and double down on residents and double down on uppies and again just the foundation of Upland, which has always been property trading and development, is players have the ability to create real value and increase the value of neighborhoods as they go up the ladder and as they increase their ranking as a neighborhood. And that's really never been. I mean, we kind of had it with neighborhood ratings, but not to the extent that we have it now. Now it's legitimate.
Nice. I kind of saw it that way. I think that'll help just to clear that question up for everyone. So I think that's good. Um,
I got to follow up just on like that same topic really. So with I know right now it's kind of on hold as far as like communities gaining the status of a collection.
Sure.
Is the process or like the criteria going to change now with uppies and residents in there? Will that change?
Yeah, the census leaderboard, it will basically follow the census
Okay.
leaderboard. It's not been fully fleshed out because there's still some more mechanics to come, but it will more closely align with the census. It won't be a separate leaderboard necessarily. It will most likely tie directly into that census leaderboard.
Okay.
do you have an idea of when we could see a collection status come back for a neighborhood? Like timeline?
There's a few mechanics need to drop still before that comes back. But I don't have a for sure time or anything like that, but I would imagine sometime early in 2026.
Okay, a couple more seasons.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Awesome. This one's from Wolf Warner. Will the residence and influence leaderboard ever go to live scoring, or will it always be on a 24-hour updated basis?
I'm not aware that it's that there's any plans to let it go to live scoring. I think we're pretty happy with what we're seeing on the 24-hour delay. Not really a delay, but updates. Just in that you really got to wait. I mean, players are building, a lot of stuff happens in a day. It would be kind of crazy to change live on the spot always. I think this gives some stability and gives some planning and a little bit more strategy there. You could imagine if it's changing on the spot all the time, it could be crazy. Like, oh, this just went live. How do we counteract it? And I like the 24 hours personally. If there is, as we monitor it, if it ever becomes something that we need to do, that's something that we can explore. And we'll pass along to dev. So please let us know. But I think the 24-hour update is a nice pacing for planning for neighborhoods to come together and stuff like that.
I find myself looking. It's well, I can't remember the exact time. It's like around 10:30 or 9:30 where I'm at. I find myself looking for that time and seeing how we did today and stuff like that. So, um,
Yeah, how is your guys' neighborhood going, by the way? Where are you ranked? I haven't looked.
I think we dropped down to 9. I think I saw
Oh, okay.
yesterday.
So
well,
you're in top
we
10
went
still.
Yeah.
yeah, we went from the 29th is where we were when it came out, and then we've been working hard and jumped into the top 10 and fluctuating between back and forth between 8 and 9. So, uh,
Very cool.
we felt pretty good. Felt pretty
Yeah,
good about
that's a
that.
good jump for just what it's been like, what, a month now?
Mhm.
Just under a month. So
And that's thanks to everyone in our community building like crazy. So, last one I think on the Uppies residence and influences score. Can you help us give a clue as to how the density score works at all?
yeah, yeah.
I feel like the everything else is pretty self-explanatory. The density was kind of given some questions.
Sure. So density is basically how many structures are completed, so not in process, but completed in a neighborhood in comparison to the neighborhood's total area. So the larger property neighborhoods would need to have more buildings versus like a Manhattan with smaller, more dense neighborhoods, and that's what your density score is based on, and then that applies to all the other pieces of the algorithm that goes into the resident score to attract residents. But it's basically the amount of structures in your neighborhood.
Okay, so that I mean, as long as you're building that score, because some of the scores fluctuate up and down,
Mhm.
uh, but the density score is really, as long as you're building, should continually go up. Is that
Correct. Yeah.
okay?
Unless for some
Okay.
reason your neighborhood expands, like if you have a neighborhood that's not fully released or something, and more
Mhm.
properties get added, then that would be something that may affect that. But I don't. That's very very few.
Or people deconstructing uh,
Yeah, or
stuff.
people coming in
So
and saying I'm demolishing everything.
I have had to demolish a few properties actually,
Yeah, I did too.
since we could build multiple structures now. It just made a lot more sense to get rid of one so I could expand more in the future. So, all right.
I have a question on that. What's your favorite service structure to date? Like, is there one that you're like, oh, that is our neighborhood needs to have 50 of these?
I
Does
I actually like the hockey arena. I was pretty excited when I saw the hockey arena come out and the aquarium.
Very cool. Yeah, the aquarium's cool.
Yeah.
the aquarium was cool. I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay,
I
well, how
forget.
about this? What's your least favorite?
Ooh.
Is there one that you're
Uh,
like, oh, I hate that one? Like, that's
the fish
stupid.
balls. The fish
The
balls.
fish balls. So I didn't even know that was a thing, by the way, but sure enough,
Yep.
fish ball street vendors are a thing. So
Well, I think City Pigeon on his show, I think they actually did uh they did verify that that fish
yeah,
balls
yeah, yeah.
was a thing.
I know there's been
Um,
some for myself too. I'm like, fish ball, that's a thing? And then go look it up, and yeah, it
I
is.
never had
So
heard of it before.
yeah, crazy.
I like the comedy club actually. And then any of the structures where I just got one. What did I just buy? What came out this week? Anything where
Uh,
something's outside,
oh yeah, the public pool is pretty cool, and you
That
can
is
see
pretty cool.
you can see we're figuring out how to get more efficient with our designs there, uh, and add more detail to them. Actually, if you look in the modern hotel, I think it's one of the best interiors to date. There's so much happening in there. There's elevators, there's luggage,
Mm.
there's so take a look at that. I think in the post they tried to capture it with a screenshot, but if once someone builds it or takes it to the playground, just zoom in, go to POV mode and zoom in there. I think it's and it's got a pool on the roof. But yeah, you can definitely see even the toy store. What's in the toy store is cool this week as
yeah.
well. But yeah, definitely there's more detail coming. And I think we're getting more efficient with that. And shout out to the design team and the developers. I think they're continuing to improve over time.
I agree. Yeah, anything like the car shop, the auto repair shop, anything like where there's stuff like outside and inside. I think the DMV has some cool stuff. Anything like that
Yeah.
just really shakes things up.
Well, it adds character. I think it adds
Yes.
character, adds a story. It really adds culture, I think, to builds. So
Yeah. Well, kind of jumping into that was kind of our Uppies and residents talk. Life, seeds, protum, stem. We'll jump into some of that topic if we're all ready for that. First one, do we know? Okay, so we're spending Sparklet on the seeds. They're going into a community pool, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
And do we have an idea as to what the options will be for us to vote on in the future? Or
Not
is
yet,
it
and
be that?
that may be something. I think in the past when we've done votes, we've even like had the options. The community submit suggestions on what should happen. I could see something like that happening when they vote on it. So it could be whatever the community submits, and then decides. I mean, I think the most obvious is whether or not you want to permanently burn the Sparklet, which I see a lot of players talking about, both pro and against.
Mm-hmm.
It's really up to the community. It will be up to the community. We'll take suggestions from the community and then we'll vote on it. So
Gotcha. Okay. Um, I guess on the spinning of Sparklet. So yesterday with the seeds going live, the price was a little crazy. Um, you know, there. What constitutes as a large swing for the price control? Because there was some pretty large swings yesterday. So didn't know if you could speak on that at
yeah,
all.
there's a cap on that swing where it will only go up by so much. If let's say 1,000 players jump in and buy seeds all at the same time, you can imagine what that price goes to almost immediately. It's to prevent instances like that. So it's a gradual step up instead of this like, hey, we're going from 0 to 1,000,000, and I'm just using hypotheticals. I don't even think it can get that high, but you know what I mean. Like if a bunch of people all at once wanted to come in and just crush the price of seeds, it prevents that. It makes it a much more gradual step up and step down.
So yesterday we did not hit that cap at all, or
Not to my knowledge, no.
okay. I personally, it was pretty large swings. And so I just was curious on that, and I know some other people were as well. But that's good to know, and just watch the market and time it, I guess.
Yeah, what do you guys think of the dynamic pricing? This is a new feature that had to be developed and is really a first step. So when Uppies come in Uppies Evolution, so with seeds, the supply is unlimited. So it's the pricing mechanism there is strictly demand. How many people are generating seeds at once? And it's dynamic, it's automatic in the game. When Uppies drop with Uppies Evolution, it'll be a similar process where the price to evolve an Uppie uh, will be determined by supply, but also because there's a demand aspect, or sorry, by demand, but also by supply, since there will be a limited supply of Uppies as well. So, what do you think of? I mean, do you guys like that automatic? Has it been a cool experience?
I do like it. I was kind of what Kay was talking about. I thought it was a pretty big swing. So I think the first, I think the first one purchased was 4. I think it
Yeah,
was
that's
4
the base.
$4.7.
Sparklet.
Yeah, that's like the base. It's so when it came in, the first one purchased is the baseline.
Okay, so the 4 was the baseline, and then after that, it went up right away. Because I don't know for sure, but I think I got the second seed, and I was at 9, so that was like double. Is that correct? So was it just the first one purchased that was at that special 4 rate?
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it breaks down. Or how it works with the first one, even if the it's the first price and then the second price, or if it's an hour before it goes up. I don't know how that first drop went, but
Okay. And I think it went from that. So it started at 4 as the baseline, and then I don't know. I didn't see what it was at the end of the day, but I think it was like 700 or 500 or something like that.
yeah, at one
That
point
was
I
a
think the
big
high was like
increase.
14.
Was it
1,500
4?
was the max
Yeah,
yesterday.
fifteen
Holy
hundred was the high, which is crazy considering you can't do anything with seeds yet. So, but
I
it has been fun for us to watch on the back end. Our system's working correctly? Is the seed spend working correctly? And as of this morning, devs were telling me, yeah, it's looking pretty good. So,
if I think obviously it was the first day, and a lot of that either people didn't read or 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 didn't pay attention, just knowing that it's going to be dynamic and that because you said it on stream, it said it in the article, don't go crazy, getting seeds, it's unlimited, and I think a lot of people went crazy buying buying some seeds,
I mean,
but I
there
think
is
that's why
something. There is something addictive. I bought 3. I bought 2. I bought one on my own. I bought one to do for the video, and then I bought one to show someone last night. And I have to say, when I got my yellow rose, I was like, all right, I got a yellow rose. When I got the pine tree, I was a little disappointed. It was like,
Yep.
maybe. And I only spent 50 on my rose, and I spent like 300 on my pine tree. So it is cool. It is cool, and it's exciting to see as more rarity drops in, as more options for plants come in. It's going to be a very flushed out and cool dynamic with life.
Cool.
As far as yes, if we like it, I'm unsure yet. I think it's because it's only been 1 day, and so I think I'd like to see it level out and
Hmm.
just see how it tames out over time, and hopefully everybody's not going crazy all the time.
I
But
saw
it
someone in
was
chat. City Pigeon in chat said no more disappointing than getting grass seeds. Grass is literally the most common seed you can get.
I think it's gonna be interesting to see, like, okay, how many grass seeds do I need to cover my property? I think I need to have some of that information first before I start to um, know exactly how I feel about it. Um,
Yep. Yeah.
but
100%.
definitely interesting. I want to back up a little bit, so we're taking a little back step here. But More Cheese asked a question I just couldn't pass up. Can you ask if there'll be any bad uppies in the future? I think Laban actually had the same question. It would be cool if we need to have a cop car for thug uppies and fire truck for bad uppies that start fires.
That would be cool. I don't know, to be honest, but that's a great. I will pass that along. That is a great suggestion.
I just had to throw that one out there.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. Um, so Protum and STEM. So that's just going to be for keeping the plants alive, right? I mean, is that where does that come into play?
Yeah. So Protum will be how you care for your plants, how you feed your plants.
Can you speak to that's going to be a daily, weekly, monthly? Do you have any information you can
I
release on
can't
that?
speak to frequency. All I know is it will be, and I think we talked about this in one of our developer updates. It will be simplified, so there will be like a central. You're not going to have to go individually to every single thing. There will be a centralized interface where you can say, "Hey, let's take care of my plants today," and you'll be able to do that. So
Okay.
and then along with troves, this is where it ties in. This is why uppies and residents, it all ties together. So for instance, I don't know if you guys remember the troves announcement, but troves are a big deal
Yes.
and are going to be a big deal. Troves, imagine you take care of your plants and now you get I don't know, a heart trove. Let's just use this as an example. And then you get rewarded the heart troves for taking care of your plants. Then you'll be able to take those troves and eventually spend them on maybe stuff that your uppies need or on missions your uppies send you on, and then that'll play into the system on how you eventually befriend your uppies. So you can see how it all ties together: residents, life, troves, uppies. It's really really exciting. So imagine just in the last, let's say, 6 months, how much has changed in Upland. Next year at this time, we're in a whole other world. It's really really exciting.
So with the troves, is it like an in-game currency, or is it like there's going to be a love trove, a papa trove, like the Smurfs or something? Is it? I'm not.
Yeah. So I don't know. What do you mean by in-game currency? So it'll be stuff that you collect and can spend, but they'll
Okay,
be
got it.
account bound.
Got
Yeah.
it.
So you're
Okay.
not going to be buying and selling them for the most part. They're bound to your account based on stuff that you do in the game. I think there was one of the samples we gave was like a fire extinguisher trove. So you can imagine a mission, or you can imagine just browsing the map, and above fire stations, there's troves there. So you send to collect that trove.
Got it.
And then there's a mission where you're required to use a trove somehow, or that requires a trove. That's how troves are.
I'm actually really looking forward to those, and I think for like active players that like searching the map and collecting, and I think it's gonna increase the send economy
Definitely.
within
I
Upland,
mean,
which
yep,
no
definitely.
sins, by the way, which is hallelujah. I love the no sins. But anyway, I think I'm actually pretty excited about that.
Yep. Same. I think it's really fun.
Um, we can't tell the rarity of the seeds, like when you click on them, because maybe you can help people understand, myself included, because you
Sure.
have the seeds, the different rarities, but when I look at it like in my wallet, I can't tell what rarity it is. Can you help us out with that?
Yeah, so that's not something that's something that was discussed. Should we have that? Should we not? It's a little bit tricky, so it's not included now. That may be something that we add in the future. It's a little tricky because some are global rarities, but then some are rarities based on climate and nursery.
Mm.
So, for instance, I'll give you like an instance. The sunflower seed is not necessarily a rare seed, but you can only get it at one specific nursery. Versus the white rose is a global rare, ultra rare, I believe. Um, Versus, some plants, like I think the palm tree, for instance, is super rare in colder climates versus warmer climates. So, yeah, it's something that's tricky. Again, please leave us. This is just phase one, so please leave us your feedback and let us know how if that's something that you'd like us to add and how and where, and we'll pass it on to the team for sure. But just keep in mind, it is a little bit more tricky than just if it's rare or not, because some are rare only in certain climates and at certain nurseries.
Okay, I do see where that complicates
Yeah, for the
things. And
pricing in the shops, because I know when I pulled up in my directory of my nursery in Hyde Park, and that's in LA, I think the yellow rose came up as a limited, but I think I just heard you say that it's a ultra rare globally. Is that correct?
Sorry, which one?
The yellow rose?
Oh no, so you're not yellow rose, the white rose.
Oh,
I
white
was just
rose.
happy
Okay.
that I got a yellow
Okay,
rose.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
the sunflower seeds, which are in Hyde Park, LA,
Mm.
with Kubu. So we've got it in our neighborhood. But I think he was a few days later to getting his submission, so I don't think he's been
Mm.
approved yet for his nursery city. So I think he's just waiting on that. All right. I think that was all my questions for life, seeds, and protum. SC, did you have anything else on that topic?
No, Marchie's brought up a good one with what we were just talking about, actually. So the white tulip is an ultra rare in LA, but it's a limited in the Bronx. So for like people that own nurseries, what's the best way, I guess, to price those?
I
Like,
mean, that's up to players. That's up to the market. That's
Okay.
however
but
the best way to price it is price it at whatever they'll sell.
that
So how does that fall like in the randomizer? How does that work out when you've got an item that's like it's rare here, but it's not rare here? When you're going into, spend Sparklet to get these, how does that work out in the randomizer? Is that confusing for the system?
No. So if you click on every nursery before you generate, you're able to see what it is, and then there's obviously percentages. So you have an equal percent chance of getting either of each of the categories. So
Mm-hmm.
there's shrub, tree, and flower categories. Now
Mm-hmm.
within those categories, that's where the different rarities would apply. So you have an equal shot at getting any of the three categories, and then it's just what you get from there
Okay.
within that category.
and that's where I see the difficulty in labeling because it's going to
It i-
be
it it is exactly that is exactly it.
yeah.
So, but again, please leave us your feedback. If it's something that is an absolute must, let us know, and it's something we can pass on to the team. So,
Okay.
I'm trying to stay on track and on pace here. I know we have a hard stop for X1 at 10 till the hour, so staying on track here. Let's move on to UGC. This one comes from Elijah Judah. We heard rumors of an AI integrated asset creator tool, a new way to create upland assets without Blender. How soon could we expect this game-changing feature to be integrated? If the tool is integrated, would it make the asset approval times within 24 hours? Lumped into that is just kind of the speed of UGC right now. Can we see that improve soon?
sure. So I don't know where that rumor is. I would love to know that source because it's not a rumor I have heard. But but I can say that we absolutely are looking at. I mean, we're always looking at how can new technologies help us and help our players. And so if there's something there that becomes available that we can do that we can implement and help players creatively, I think that's something that we absolutely would take a look at. As far as that rumor specifically, I'm not aware of anything like that. So on approval times, over the next week, you'll see some announcements dropping on some new tools coming for creators, or not necessarily tools, but some new features coming for creators that will help speed up this process. So think of it'll make it easier. So for instance, one of the bottlenecks that we got into, especially as AI came out and players were able to create stuff themselves even faster, is just exponential growth in how many submissions we're getting. And so when we first started, we're able to go through one by one and say, okay, this isn't exactly perfect, but we can fix it ourselves. And so we were fixing some errors on our side that's just now not sustainable. And so that's why the delay is we turned off, went away from us fixing it ourselves because it's just not doable, to sending it back to players to fix. There are going to be some tools that drop here shortly that we'll announce that should help speed that up, that will enable players to say, for instance, let's say I'm creating a structure ornament and you're in the playground, you'll be able to hit a switch, toggle it, put it on. It'll immediately put it on a structure for you, and you'll be able to see, okay, there's some defects here, it's not working. Let me go back and fix these myself. So tools like that to help make sure that when I, as a creator, submit something, it's up to snuff, and I don't have to have this back and forth with the team. The team can review it, approve it, and get it out there.
Gotcha. Awesome. So in the coming weeks, got a few announcements on that. That'll be nice.
Yep.
Alrighty. And then I had a couple random questions here. A couple of these questions been asked, a lot over the years, but just I guess some updates would be helpful. We've got some older some older players just wondering about the beneficiaries for their accounts.
Sure. Yeah. That's something that we've discussed at length, I think, before. I think right now our default is, until we develop something for that, our default is leave your login credentials with your loved ones somewhere where someone can log in and take care of your stuff. That's honestly the most common sense thing there right now, until we do something official. But right now that's kind of where we're at with that. I don't know that there's any active development right now on that in the background, but it is on the long-term backlog, as it's been for a while. But for right now, definitely just leave your login information in a safe place in your trust, where whoever you leave your stuff to can find it and take care of it for you.
That does make sense. I've asked SC if I'm in a car wreck tomorrow, if he would sell my Upland assets, because my wife will have no clue what's going on. So we've made a deal there to do that. So it might be good for you guys to just think about that and set your own plan. So
Yeah, especially for us older people.
you're not that old, SC.
Well, I'm older than you.
Well, yeah, you are older than me. Let's see. Can we take down closed shops from the directory? Kind of clogging up the directory and the stores a little bit.
Yep. We definitely can. So that's something that we're actively. I mean, you saw our announcement on the search. The asset tool is getting a little bit of an upgrade here, where you'll just be able to say, just look at my assets only, and then you'll be able to search through all of your assets there on that main screen. So we're definitely looking constantly at making the directory better for players. So for sure, we can take those down.
Cool. Let's see. We're wanting some updates to the badges. Can we add some color to the badges? Can they get a little makeover? Can we get a build 30 service structures badge? Yeah, just a couple random questions.
Yeah, any suggestions on cool badges? Let us know. Leave them on our feedback board. Again, we're always looking for excuses to let players earn badges. They're definitely a prestige element to them there. As far as colors, right now there's no plans to change that. I think the only colored ones are like the verified, and like the Upland team, I think has colored ones so that they stand out on purpose. So I don't know that will ever change, but definitely as far as what kind of badges, let us know. We're open to introducing more badges for players to earn all the time. So
awesome. Should they do that in the Discord, or they recommend different?
over on Nolt, feedback board is probably the best. But yeah, you can always drop it in and just tag the community team. But the best place is the Note feedback board.
Awesome. Going backward just a step here, City Pigeon and Shack both have there's open shops that have some stuck assets, and there's let's see, shops that have submitted items that are stuck.
Yeah, have them write into support if they haven't yet. And if there's, if they have written into support and haven't gotten an answer, or maybe it's still being looked into, ping the community team, and we'll be able to just follow up on our end.
Okay. Let's see. And yes, Tio, kind of goes. Have you actually looked at Uplytics? There's
Yeah,
actually quite a few.
I think it's my favorite site at the moment. I think what Laban is doing there is fantastic. He gets it out quick too, the updates. So shout out to Uplytics for sure. I think the Upland Twitter account actually retweeted the new seed generation screen yesterday to try to get more eyeballs there. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. I know we get that question a lot. Is Upland ever going to make these tools? Some of them, yes. A lot of them will be up to the community to make. I mean, there's a lot of games that do that. It's not unusual. For instance, for let's use Hearthstone as an example. Hearthstone, some of the best tools for Hearthstone are made by third party players. That's just the reality of it there. But some tools where it makes sense will come in game long term for sure. But for everything else, I mean, the community will be able to make those, and people like Laban who just absolutely crush it and provide fantastic tools for players.
Nice. So a little bit of yes, a little bit of no. Yeah, and Boilman also has a good one. MyUpland.info, that's another good one, and Uplytics as well. So some awesome tools out there for everyone to use. I use it daily. So awesome stuff. Man, we are flying through the list. We did good. We did good. I knew we were trying to get through everything, and I think we knocked it out pretty well. Excuse me. Um, do you have any? I'll try to hit a few from chat really fast. We got a few minutes left with X1. Do you have any teasers? Anything you can drop at the moment off the top of your head?
No, I mean no real teasers. Just to say that genuinely, I am incredibly excited about what's coming. I think the entire team is excited about what's coming. You're going to see some pretty big announcements. I mean, we've already dropped some pretty big announcements and some new features. That's only going to continue here through the new year. Especially as we get into uppies and the uppies mechanics and how that ties in with life, and then eventually being able to plant. And remember, we did announce that farming is coming, and we haven't talked a lot about farming yet. So there's some big stuff there that will tie directly in with everything that we've talked about today as well. There's so much. It's really exciting. I use the term forever game. And I think that's what Upland is becoming. So I use that term because I'm always jealous of people who have found their forever game. Like, I'm always jumping around to different games. Like, oh, Arc Raiders just dropped. I'm going to jump over to Arc Raiders, and then a new game comes out, and I jump over to that new game. And I'm jealous of people who have found their forever game. But what is being developed at Upland by the team, I think is the next mobile forever game for a ton of people, and it's very, very exciting. Especially with these new features, I think you can see how it's becoming more and more gamified over time, how it's all coming together. Really, it fits together really well. I mean, you mentioned, for instance, not having sends. Well, you can now see how not having sends and being able to buy in every city in which you have a property benefits you for nurseries. Like, it's really helpful because now you can go to the different climates and see the different nurseries there and have a chance at the different seeds. And stuff like that is just going to compound with troves, with uppies. It's exciting.
Is there any talks yet about Genesis Week? I know that'd be coming around.
Not yet. We got a very good. I know there was like a few people who attended every year that were really put off by not having an in-person Genesis Week. But what I think sometimes we all do this. We all think that our experience is the experience of everyone. We got really good feedback last year from literally thousands of players about Genesis Week. So there's no talk to do one in person, for instance, this year. I do think it comes back eventually, but I think what we're really focused on is how do we take that good feedback that we got from more players saying, hey, we were able to participate. We really liked what happened here. We liked all the events that happened in that week, and it felt more focused. How do we make that even better this year? And keep in mind, I mean, there's going to be all new mechanics dropping by then. Uppies will be here by then, so we're going to look completely different by Genesis Week, and kind of be at the Upland 2.0 that we talked about a month or so ago.
Do you think that not having the live in-person event helped Upland to put more energy into the updates and the game? Like, does the live event take away focus?
Yeah, 1,000%, 100,000%. Absolutely. I mean, I don't think people realize the amount of work. So to put together Genesis Week, so Genesis Week happens in June. You start before, like we would be starting now, talking about Genesis Week, doing Genesis Week, and then once you announce it, before you announce it in February, let's say we announce it in February, January and February, we're just prepping what is it going to be, and then once you announce it, it's just nonstop Genesis Week basically from then until June. So that you got to realize Genesis Week focus just to put it on takes up some team members 6 months of the year basically, and that's almost exclusively what they were focused on. Not doing it in person really takes away some of that pressure, and definitely they can put their attention on development for sure.
Gotcha. I think we've seen it this year. This year has been we're coming up on our 4th year in Upland, and I think this year has been the most active year, I think, in my experience, that Upland has been, and with updates and rolling out new stuff. So that's been exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're a small team. I mean, if we're the size of like a Blizzard, yeah, you could put on an event, no problem, because you just have someone dedicate. You have a whole team dedicated to it. But on small teams, it's it's trade-offs. So
yeah. Well, X1, I know that you have other obligations today, and you taking time out of your day today has been awesome, and really appreciate your time. I know I guess SC and I are going to give away 50K today, and X1 and Upland is going to give away 50K UpX today. So we'll do that after you leave, because I know you got to get going.
yeah,
But
absolutely. Well, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate all you guys do, and thank you for the invite and for reaching out. And it's always a pleasure. So hit me up anytime, and as long as I'm available, happy to come on and talk again. I may not know or be able to say anything, but it's always fun to reconnect. So.
Well, we appreciate you getting out here and communicating with us and the community. It's awesome to have you out here. And yeah, if just in case we don't see you or talk to you before, have a good holiday with your family and friends.
Yeah, thank you. You as well. Last time we talked, by the way, just an update. I think I told you that I had gotten my kids into jiu-jitsu, and we were like loving it. Anyways, they've done their first tournament since then, and that was such a cool experience. I think a really good experience for them to go like 100% against someone else. Cause I think, when you're practicing, you don't get that experience, but anyways, I thought of you guys. I was like, I'll have to let them know that it's cool, man. The tournaments are really cool.
Yeah. You have to send some video. We'd love to see that. We actually have a lot of people in the different communities that send us, different martial arts stuff, all different types of martial arts. And we just love, just taking a look at it and seeing what they're doing.
Cool. Yeah.
So have you decided to throw your hat back in there? Are you still?
Yeah. So I have to stretch for like 6 months before I thought about it, because they've opened like a parent, like a father-son kind of class. They do once a week, and so I'm like, oh, that's a cool idea. Maybe I'll. Awesome. But then I see like the flex. I have to stretch for a long time. I got to get that flexibility back.
How old was your son?
He is 6 and my daughter's 9. And they both got a medal. So like they got in the top 3 in their brackets, but it was just a good experience. My son, because there was nobody his age, he had to do like the age higher. There was like one kid his age, but they put them all in at the age higher so that they could fight different people. But it was good. It was like a shock especially to him. He's really competitive. It was a shock, like, oh, this kid is going 1,000%. I've never seen this before, and he quickly adjusted. But that's such a good experience.
Which tournament series did he do? Was it like a Naga, or was it a IBJJF, or?
I don't know, to be honest. It's on. It was they have them on YouTube. They like record all the matches and put on
Mhm.
YouTube. But I don't know. It was one it's out of like Las Vegas, and then they come up here to Utah. So
Awesome.
Well, I was gonna say, do the classes with him now. Get your shots in while you can, because when they get older, bigger, better.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
that-
It's a nightmare. I see it with my son. It's a
that one
nightmare.
night we practice with him. I practice the juggle, and some nights I won't let go. And he's he gets frustrated because
Yeah, enjoy it
sometimes
now.
someone's just bigger than you.
That's right. That's right. All right, excellent. Well, appreciate your time, man. You guys, and have a great day.
Yeah, thank you. We'll see you guys. Bye
All
bye.
right, take care.
All right, man. Yeah.
All right, well, that was awesome to
Awesome.
get some information. And I know, God, there's thousands of questions we could ask. We got to get what we can get done in the limited time, and we hope to have him on again, in the future here. So, but
I was pretty happy to get through our list.
I know you stayed on it. I was afraid to talk.
I was trying to. I was really, I had a lot of people message me and want to get these questions out, and I kind of felt like it was our job to get it done.
Yeah.
And so, but anyway, and try to pull a few from chat.
Well, let's go ahead.
But
We
thanks
can
everybody
do
for.
two. We'll do two of the giveaways now, and then we have. We got some promotions for our new Ronins and our new Shinobis, so we'll go through those as well. So let me get the first two. We'll do the first two giveaways. So here we go for the first one. Janice 89. Giannis, right?
That's right. 25K. So we're gonna do 4 giveaway. We didn't tell them what we're giving away.
Oh,
We're gonna do
25K.
4 giveaways of 25K each. So Yanis 89, 25K. Congratulations.
All right, the next one. Here we go. Fast Track Jerishad.
Jerishad getting 25K.
Nice. All right, we'll give a few minutes here. We'll go through our promotions that we have in Hyde Park. So swing over
And if
there.
you're not in there yet, put in hashtag seeds, right?
Hashtag seeds.
And we'll give away 50K more here in just a minute.
And Tiny, double check your spelling on that.
And
SR
SEEDS.
Yeah.
There we go.
SRRD. That sounds like one of those drives. All right, let's see. All right, so we did have a bunch of promotions this week. So we'll start with our Ronin promotion. So congrats to everybody that's building and attaining, the first couple levels that we have. So for Ronins, for this week, we've got some new Ronin builders. Okay, just promoted to Ronin builders. We had 99 bottles and Crypto Crew 58. So congrats. For our new skilled builders, this is the second level of Ronins. We've got Baza 86, Trouble 001, also known as Trees, and Boyleman. So congrats. No master builders this week, no new ones. All right, so moving on to, let's go to our Shinobi promotions. And Shinobi Guardians, this is going to be, let's see, the Guardians, we didn't have any new Guardians this week. However, we had, we did?
No, I'm sorry, you're right.
Yeah, so we did have some people move up from Shinobi Guardians up to Skilled Guardians, though. So we had Retrosi and then Max Life. And then moving over to the Master Guardians, we did have one person jump up to the Master Guardian level, and that was Tiblio, so congrats. So those are all of our new promotions for Shinobi Guardians and also Ronins.
Awesome. So these are the most active people in the Hyde Park, LA neighborhood and in our Discord. They're building. If you guys want more information on how you can move up the ranks and get promoted, jump into the Discord below. It's in the description. And also, we love bringing you guys content and news and entertainment. So if you guys would like and subscribe, that would be awesome. You guys can tune in and stay in tune with us. I didn't drool at all. Did I,
I
at
didn't see
sea.
anything. I wasn't looking real close, but
I was I had a dentist appointment. I had some fillings this morning, and I swore I thought the numbing stuff was gonna go away by the stream. I was it's just now going away, so I was numb all the way through the stream. I was trying not to drool on myself on stream. So yeah, but Esty and I we always bring some fun stuff on
something fun.
Sundays. So
We had a fun week between your drooling and my sleeping this week. It's been fun.
yeah, he fell asleep on on our chat.
Yeah, we
It's
had
too funny.
our Hyde Park meeting with our team, and we a lot of times we do this really late at night, after our work and everything else we do. And I felt myself nodding off a little bit, and I think I was sitting on my bed too, so it was just way too comfortable of a spot to sit while I was that tired. And so I don't know what went on with the meeting. I got to catch up, but I got a good sleep that night.
There you go. Well, let's give away 50 more K to do 25K.
Yeah, and don't forget, everybody, make sure you guys get your NFL picks in. The games start tonight. We got some big games this week. I know Green Bay, I think you guys are playing. Actually, you guys have Denver, don't you?
We do.
And I am hoping you guys put a whooping on them because they're in the AFC. They're right at the top of the AFC there. And then Green Bay looked really good last week, by the way.
They look pretty good against the Bears. It could have gone either way.
Bears
They
are a
pulled it
good
out.
team. They're a good team for sure. And then Buffalo's got we got the big game against New England this week. They're also right there at the top of the AFC. So I'm hoping that we see both top AFC teams drop down a notch there. So we'll see how it goes.
And if you join the Discord, we're giving away up picks. We do UFC pick'ems, and we give away 10K up picks. We give away 5 or 10K for the NFLs.
The NFL is 5K UPIX and the UFC is 10K UPIX.
And Boy Dern does the
soccer. The soccer league, yeah.
So we're giving away UPIX every week in the Discord for free. Just jump in and join the fun.
And congrats to Wolf Warner. Actually won the UFC last week, I believe. And I think had a close battle with KO. And then I actually am hitting a little hot streak with football. I won the last 2, I believe I saw. So, but good luck to everybody. Get your picks in today for the football because those games do start tonight. If you're in fantasy leagues, make sure to set your lineups, especially if you're in the playoffs. So good luck for everybody. All right, let's do our giveaways for our next one here. We got 2 more giveaways.
See who's going to be.
Right, and let's see.
Brian.
The next one is Brian Linthicum.
I wasn't going to try it.
I'm sure I just destroyed and butchered that name completely. But if you could, if you want your winnings, definitely put your in-game name in the chat and we will get that out to you. That will either come through us or through Upland.
Yeah, drop your in-game in chat. That would be helpful. All right, let's do one more.
All right, and the last winner for the day, Dr. Tid.
Dr. Tid. Congrats.
All right, congrats, Dr. Tid. All right. Well, again, we have our regular stream as always on Sunday. So we'll have that stream coming on Sunday live at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time right before football starts. So we'll get on and we can chat more if you guys have questions or if anybody wants to get in and chat with us about some of the stuff that we went over today and some of the other stuff that was released that maybe we didn't get to today. Definitely join us on Sunday. And then coming up on the 19th, that's a Friday. There's going to be kind of like a double header event, I guess. We have a 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time stream. We're doing like a kind of a holiday stream and get together with a lot of our Upland friends. So I believe most of the invites have been sent out for that event. I think I've got 2 more that I've got to send out. and we got a rock solid crew coming in there. I know Gen X Jono is going to be on with us and having some fun. So it'll be a great holiday, little get together. We can talk about whatever we want. We're going to talk about some Upland stuff and just have fun with everybody for the holidays. And then, of course, you got also Friday night, actually Saturday morning for us, Slacko and the Pirates. They come on at midnight, so you guys can check them out if you have any energy left. And I think that's it for announcements. I feel like we're missing a big announcement, but I think that's it, KO.
Well, we do have a special guest coming on Sunday.
Oh, I
It's
did forget about that.
it's 90% confirmed, but one of our Hyde Park artists will be on stream, and we're gonna have a fun. We got some fun things, some cool things planned with him. If you didn't, we had a great stream with TML last Sunday. You guys go check out that stream that we did on Sunday. Of course, we had awesome with X1 today, and then our artist coming up here in a few days. So we got a lot of cool stuff happening in December.
Are we going to be doing artwork Sunday? Are we going to be doing finger painting or?
Well, that's what I'll be doing because I have no artistic ability in that sense. But yeah, it'll. I think we got some cool stuff he'll be doing live on stream and stuff. So.
And that's the so the artist that we're bringing on. That's the one that did I think it was the front cover. He's done a lot of our artwork, but the front cover in particular of the first released book. And he's got another book that we're working on right now. We've got 2 more books that are in the works, and can't wait to have those out. So,
All right. Anything else we got to wrap up?
I think that is it. Getting ready to go and teach some classes. I'm going to try to catch a really quick lunch before that, and then that's it. So I hope everybody has a great rest of the Thursday, and we will see you guys back here at the same place on Sunday.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining.